Everyone, welcome to StudyIQ YouTube platform. My name is Sibasankar Sir with you. Today in this session we will discuss about the rivers of India, right? So we will talk about the rivers of India. When it comes to the rivers of India, right? And every year almost a question is asked from there, the rivers of India, and that is why this is also one of the most important chapter when it comes to the rivers of India. Now let's say, for example, when it comes to the rivers of India, so here it will have for say, just give me time. Yes, let's say this would be your Brahmaputra map. So in the rivers of India, what I would say, though here mountain is written, but I will not go into that mountain part. I will go into the river part, right? I will go into the river part, and first the most important river I will go through, that is the Brahmaputra. From the Brahmaputra I will start, then I will what move like that, then I will subsequently I will move to the rest part. Good evening Sanjeev, right? Sound is low. Sound low ଆସୁଛି ହଁ ଓକେ ଏବେ ଠିକ୍ ଆସୁଛି ନା ପାଖକୁ ରଖିଲେ ସାଉଣ୍ଡ right? Okay, now ଚଳିବ ନା? Good evening everyone. Now it's correct, fine, done. Sanjeev now is fine, right? Okay. Now I have increased volume. So clear, okay, done. See, in the rivers that somebody, those who have gone through the rivers of India, it will be a revision for them, and those who have not gone through the rivers, that for them it would be the fast decision, and it would be also going to be a good one for you as well. So I will focus on both, right? The first river, we will have clear revision of all the rivers. Let it be, you may say it revision 1 if you have gone through it. If you have not gone through, then it would be like a lesson, and it would be might be the first lesson for you. But I will try to clear all the doubts and the very specific to that point. Now first one, we will go through the Brahmaputra river. Now this mighty rivers, this Brahmaputra river, the mighty river, is origins from the Chemayangdung glacier, that is the West Tibet near Lake Manasar, and to the region of Mount Kailas. In the region of what? Mount Kailas. It origins in the region of Mount Kailas. The river origin in the what? Mount Kailas in the Western Tibet. This river, it is believed in the past means I would say before the formation of Himalaya, that the Indus and Brahmaputra, they used to be a single river. I means before or prior to the formation of Himalaya, it is believed they used to have a single river. They used to have a single river, but after the formation of Himalaya and the landforms, the river got bifurcated in the name of Brahmaputra and Indus. ता पूर्व ये दीटा जोड़ी ही की गोटी ही रिवर था. ये used to be what? एक ही रिवर था, फिर बीच में इसे अलग हो गया, and दोनों सेपरेट बन गए. एक हो गया इंडस, एक हो गया आपका ब्रह्मपुत्र. This is one theory, is believed to be like that. Okay. Now, so this is the theory, and the next important topic is that this Brahmaputra river is an antecedent river. It's a what? Antecedent river. When I say antecedent river, that means the river is insequent. The river is not sequent. It's a what? Insequent river. It's a what? Insequent, because we have divided, we do divide the river into two types, that is the sequent and insequent. When I say sequent stream, the stream which follow the slope, the stream which follow the slope. Let's say for say, if I say the sequent stream, when I say sequent stream, let's say this would be a mountain like this. When the river, this is the slope, the gradient is like this, the gradient also like this. If the river is flowing like this, that means the river is flowing the slope, on the slope, following the slope. The river is what? Following the slope. That means wherever the gradient is there, the river is flowing on to that particular direction. So this kind of river is called as the sequent stream. They are called as what? Sequent stream. They are called as what? They would be called as sequent stream, right? So let's say they would be sequent stream. But when I say insequent stream, I mean the river does not follow the slope or gradient. That could be opposite. That could be what? Opposite. That means the slope does not. Then why? Now the reason could be different. The reason could be different. I means either the river is been flowing before the formation of the structure, before the upliftment of the structure, and it has maintained its path through the vertical erosion. It has maintained its path through the vertical erosion throughout the geological history, and that is why it has got into a deep jaw. A deep jaw has been formed, a deep valley has been formed, and it is maintaining its path, and the rivers are origin from the Tibet. So any river, matlab by default, if I say origin from the Tibet, it is believed to be antecedents because Tibet is older than the Himalaya. The river which forms in Tibet, they are older than the Himalaya. So that is where they will maintain the path. The original path will be maintained, and they will cut deep valley to form, and they are the example of antecedent or insequent stream. Is it clear to all? Okay, thank you. So it is what? Insequent stream. When I say insequent stream, let's say, so those Himalaya, so Himalaya is what? Insequent. This is insequent and antecedent, both. It would be what? Insequent plus antecedent. This is very important things, you need to know that. Now, the next part is, because OPSC, I mean it's been like twice they have asked this concept, okay, whether this river is antecedent, whether the river is sequent, whether the river is insequent. So that means any river, as I said, one that is, you may say, this is what a technique to remember that any river origin in the Tibet, they are subsequently going to be insequent. Okay, done. Now Brahmaputra origin there, it would be Yarlung, then it would be Sangpo, then it will enter into India. So in the name of Yarlung, it comes all the way Yarlung, then Sangpo, then enters into Arunachal Pradesh near the Namcha Barua to the Arunachal Pradesh Indian state in the name of Siak, in the name of Siak river, in the name of what? Siak, or Dihang, in the name of Dihang, that enters into India. Now when river enters, obviously the river will flow through the mountain region, through the, I would say this region is what? Eastern Himalaya, and there is syntactial bend as well. Hope everybody is aware of that syntactial bend. So this region we are having the syntactial bend, that hairpin, or we call it what? This hairpin structure. This hairpin structure, this is what? The syntactial bend. This is what? The syntactial bend. Now this syntactial bend, the river crosses the syntactial bend and enters into the Indian, so what, India, and flows through like this, and this blue color, the river is flowing, and this blue color, the river is flowing. Here you can also see the rivers, and here in the name of Siak or Dihang, the river enter. From there the Dibang river will come, right? Dihang and Dibang will call. Next another river is coming, tahle ame kahiba, in the name of Siak, the river enter into the Indian territory in the Arunachal Pradesh. Then there would be Dibang and Lohit, they will meet near the where I said, it's a Sadia plain. It's a what? Sadia plain. So near the Sadia plain, the river will meet. The river will meet with who? That means the Dihang and Dibang. Dihang, Dibang, Lohit, they will meet in the Sadia plain. And since I would say, or from that particular time, or from this point, that is the Sadia plains, where the river touches to the plain. That is the reason where the river touches to the plains. And from that particular point all the way to the Dhubri, I am not talking about Dibrugarh, all the way to the Dhubri, where the river enters into the what? Bangladesh. It enters to the Bangladesh. As the river enters to the Bangladesh, the river is all the way coming and it is entered to the Bangladesh in the name of Jamuna. When it enters to the Bangladesh, here it is known as Jamuna, Jamuna. So it would be enters in the name of what? Jamuna. As the river enters into the Bangladesh in the name of Jamuna, right? So here is Bangladesh, here it would be Jamuna. Then from other side the Ganga is coming, the Ganga will meet, then it would become Padma. So other side Ganga is coming, that will also meet, then they will become Padma. Here it would be Padma. After the meeting of Ganga and Jamuna, here Jamuna means what? Brahmaputra. Then they will move together. Then another river, a river will comes, right, and it will meet, then it will be Meghna. What? The Barak river. In Bangladesh it is known in a different name, but in the Indian part the Barak river, which originates from the northeastern region, that will pass all the way from the Manipur, Mizoram, Assam and enter into the Bangladesh territory. Then it will meet with the Padma and it becomes the Meghna to falls into the drowse into the Bay of Bengal. Then it will fall into the Bay of Bengal, right? Good evening, Vijay Lakshmi, Sasmita as well. So then it will falls into the what? Bangladesh. So this is how the rivers. Now we will comes to the some tributaries. Now tributaries, who are the tributaries? Here the left bank tributaries are Lohit, Diwang, then it is Buri Dihang, Dhansri, Kopli, right? So these are the left bank tributaries. When it comes to the right bank, it would be Subansri, Kameng. So Kameng is not here, so you can write also this Kameng. Then it would be what? Jiavarle, then it would be what? Manas, then it would be Tursa, it would be what? Tursa, Jaldhaka, there is also Jaldhaka, Torsha in Bengal, in the Bengal. This part is what? Bengal part, right? So there would be Torsa, Jaldhaka and Raidak, and what? Raidak. These are also tributaries there, right? After the Manas, and in the last there would be Tista, which is coming all the way from the, recently it was also in news that a vehicles Sikkim's in the Sikkim's a vehicles that falls into the Tista rivers and many people's died. Even some peoples from the Odisha, they also died. Say Bhubanawals, some BJP leaders were also there. They also drawn into the river, and I don't know whether her body is found or not, because her phone, purse they recovered, the army recovered, and there was also a search operations, right? And because of the what? Heavy rainfall and the landslides, so that is why also this Tista river was also in news, because of the heavy landslides in the Lachung region. When we move from the what? Gangtok to the Lachung region, this region is very prone to the landslide and the steep slopes is there. So that is the reason. So these are the what? Right banks tributaries also there. So we have covered is the left bank and the right bank tributary, right? Good evening everyone. Afrin also there, Moonlight also there. Now next important things what? Now Brahmaputra is a mighty river. This year we have already experienced that each year as just monsoon enter into the Indian subcontinent, he will experience the flood in the Brahmaputra region. Whenever, now it's been like a tendency has been developed, I would say the format is developed that whenever, right, the thing is that as the onset of monsoon happens, the Assam will experience the flood. Whenever. Why this? Because of the valley region, because of the what? Valley region. And this Assam is rightly, that is the Brahmaputra valley, or you may say the Assam valley. This is what? The Brahmaputra valley or Assam valley. It's a shallow one, and it's a what? Shallow one. Being a shallow valley, when the water rises, when the catchment area is getting so much of rainfall out there, and the monsoon is coming, and the high ridge Himalayas are also there, the winds are stacking out there, causing the heavy rain for the let's say short period of time, and that caused the flash flood. And that is why this is the reason that Brahmaputra region from this area up to this Dhubri, this point, up to this Dhubri point, as I said, Golpara, the point Golpara where this Brahmaputra river enters into the Bangladesh, the village is called Golpara. Para means what? Village. Is a village in what? This Dhubri region. From this Dhubri to this Thadia, this is so flood prone area. This is rightly what? The flood prone area. As you can see, this thick line passes like this. This is a mighty river in this region in the Assam Valley. Now, why the flood happens here? If let's say I will ask a simple questions, why do flood happens in this mighty river each year? Whether is the Jhum cultivation is a factor, whether I would say the urbanization is a factor, whether encroachment river is a factor, whether I would say let's say you may say weathering erosion, siltations, all these the cumulative factors that causes the flood in this region. Yes, all are the true factors. All are the true factors. There is a siltation, there is urbanization, there is encroachment, there is Jhum cultivation, there is deforestation, and the siltation will happens into the valley region. So that is also causing the flood. And the human factors also, we can't say the human is one of the main factor to be the flood and the causes of the flood in that particular region. So that is why either they will ask the flood why Brahmaputra receives floods, because this region on an average it receives 250 centimeters of rainfall and more than that. Whole of northeast, right? Your whole of northeast, just imagine your whole of northeast, they are getting huge amount of rainfall. They are getting what? Huge amount of rainfall. So that is one of the factors. Correct it? Okay, done. So next I will comes to, so Brahmaputra river, the challenges of this river is also there. But apart from that, as I said, this river also having river dolphin. The river dolphin. See, there are only few rivers in the world where the river dolphins are found. One of them is Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra. So we are fortunate that there are three rivers in India: the Indus system, Brahmaputra system, and the Ganga system, where these river dolphins are found, right? Otherwise, apart from India, I would say, apart from Indus river, apart from Ganga, apart from Brahmaputra, only two rivers are there in the world: Amazon, and it would be what? That is China river. The one Chinese river is also there. That is I'm just forgetting the name. So this Amazon also having the dolphin, river dolphin, and the Chinese river that is having river dolphin. Otherwise, is a very rare to the what? River dolphins are very rare. So we are fortunate to have the river dolphins in Ganga, the dolphin in Brahmaputra, the dolphin in Indus. So these three rivers is having the river dolphin. Apart from that, Yangtze river, yes, I got that name, Yangtze river of China, and that to be your what? Amazon. So these two rivers. So these are the 5 rivers in the world where the river dolphins are found. Yes, there could be any other chance also there, but as of now, as I can recall that 5 rivers where the river dolphins are found. So that is why we are also fortunate to have the 3 rivers where the river dolphins happens, or they are found in India. So this is how. Apart from that, you will have the factual details like that. Here is the Dhola Sadia breeze, that is also there, the longest breeze. Then we can also use for the waterways, national waterways 2 also there. Then we also saw it in our regular batches of the StudyIQ platforms, right? We discussed that there is Majuli Island, the world largest river island, itself a district, and having MP also from that particular region. So these are the things also in the basic classes or in the paid classes we do also discuss, and I have already discussed. And this is those who have our paid students also there, those who are watching me also, it will be like revision for them, right? It's a good one, but at least it will also help you, those who are newly here. That Yangtze river also there. So these are the things. Now, so here you can see, as I said, these are also what? These are also, you can see the tributaries. These are the tributaries, right? Rightly, you can see the tributaries also there. Done. So these are the tributaries. Next I will comes to, yes. So here is the news is that, and the good news for you that The Odisha PCS Aarambh batch prelim plus mains, use the code early to get the maximum discount. We're having the bunch of faculties and many of you are the known face, and hope you guys are also know these faces. These are the well-known faces. The some other day or any other day you might have come across these faces, right? These are the good faces over here we are having, and the batch already starting from the 31st of May. We have already launched the batch. Anyone wish to join, they can use by using the code. The code is what? That is the use early. You will have that benefit. Now we will comes to what? Ganga system. Now I will comes to the Ganga system. Here is the Ganga system. Now when it comes to the Ganga system, right, this is the mighty river, right, Ganga system. Now the Ganga river, that is the Bhagirathi. In Uttarakhand we call it Bhagirathi, which origins from the Bhagirathi or the Gomukh, that what glacier, that Bhagirathi, that Gomukh, that glaciers, that origins, right, from the Garhwal region of Uttarakhand. That is Garhwal region of Uttarakhand. I would say that Bhagirathi is the blue water. You might have seen in the shorts, in the YouTube shorts, that's two water bodies are coming. One is having blue water, one is having muddy water. They're meeting together, right? This cliff, I think everybody has gone through that once, and everybody has was that one. That muddy water is the Alkananda. That blue crystal water is Bhagirathi. So these two rivers are meeting in the Dev Prayag. That is just it would be in the what above Rishikesh, just above Rishikesh, the two rivers are coming, they're meeting, right? This is how the Dev Prayag is there. Now here you can see, so here I will show you also in these diagrams, right? Here in this diagram I will show you that here that is here is not there. So okay, let me go through other figures whether it's there or not. Yes, you can see, not here also. Okay, let me explain, right? I will explain. So you have to only just go through. I will explain it. Now the Bhagirathi river, which is origin from the Gomukh as a glacier, I have mentioned that Garhwal region over what, that is the 12,700 centimeters from the mean sea level, or 3,892 meters from the mean sea levels. Now here you can see the Alkananda river origin from the Satpant glaciers, again in the Garhwal region, right? So the Garhwal region, that is also there. So these two, that means Bhagirathi, and this is Alkananda from the Satpant glacier. And from the Bandirpunj, which river origins? That is your Yamuna river origins from the Bandirpunj. And these are the 5 prayags in the Uttarakhand. The 5 prayags, that means prayag means what? The meeting place of 2 rivers. The first one, here is the Alkananda is coming. With it, the river meets Dhauli Ganga, that gives the Vishnu Prayag. That gives what? Vishnu Prayags. Then Nanda, there is a what? Nandakini, that gives the Nanda Prayag. That would be Nanda Prayag. Then Pinda river coming and meeting with Alkananda, it will give the Karna Prayag. It would be what? Karna Prayags. Then Mandakini coming and meeting, that would be Rudra Prayag. That would be what? Rudra Prayag. So these are the prayags. And here is Dev Prayag, because as I said, A plus B at D equal to G. As I said earlier, that A plus B, that means Alkananda plus Bhagirathi, at D means Dev Prayag, equal to G means Ganga. Now from here it will be Ganga. From here it would be Ganga. So A plus B at D equal to G, you have to remember, right? Then it would be Ganga. Clear? Clear this much? Okay. Next, so what is that? As I said, so this is how you have to connect. These are the 5 prayags are there. Now Ganga river, we have to also go into the deep dive into the Ganga system, right? Next I would say some left bank and right bank tributaries of the Ganga. When I say some of the left bank tributaries, so first I will come to the left bank tributaries. The left bank tributaries are Ramganga, Gomti, Ghagar, Gandak, Koshi, Mahananda. So what I said, so the rivers are, that is first river is Ramganga, then Gomti, then Gomti, then Ghagra, then Gandak, then Koshi, and there is also Buri Gandak, right? There is also, after the Gandak there would be Buri Gandak. Then in between, here is the Gandak, here would be Buri Gandak, then Kosi, then Mahananda, Mahananda which is coming from the Tiger Hill, that is what? West Bengal, Darjeeling, from the Darjeeling. But Kosi is coming all the way from the what? Nepal and Tibet border, all the way from the Nepal and Tibet border, which is also known as the Sorrow of Bihar. Now, this river that as I said, Ghagra, this Ghagra is important. Why? This Ghagra river is here, the Ghagra, it is known as the Kali river, which is the boundary between, and it's a tension between what? There is a disputed river, Kali river. It is what? Kali river in the India-Nepal border. Then it forms, as it comes down, it would be known as Sarda river, Sarda. Then it would be known as the Ghagra. Its a tributary is Rapti. Its tributary is Rapti. Then it will merge with the, but in the Patna, just before the Patna, it will be merged with Ganga. So this is how Ghagra river. Then we comes to Ram Ganga, is coming all the way from the what? Rishikesh, all the way from the Rishikesh, Haridwar, and not Haridwar, I would say better to say it's about coming from that is Rajaji national parks, all these national parks, from there the Ram Ganga is coming. Gomti, Lucknow city, on the bank of Gomti, there is also Rai Bareli, Gomti, again the Gomti river also there, Sarda also there. So these are the rivers also there, right? These are the what? Left bank tributary. But when it comes to the right bank tributary, the most important is here Jamuna, which is Bander Punj. So it is origin from the Yamuna, is origin from the Bander Punj, the longest tributary of Ganga, Yamuna, and the most polluted. And the what? Most polluted, right? The most polluted, the Yamuna. And the Yamuna's right, the right bank tributary is Chambal. What? Chambal. That would be Chambal. Then it would be Sindh. Then it would be Betwa, Ken, Ton, Son, Falgu, right? So these are the rivers. Then Damodar would be there, because there is also Bhagirathi river. So here Hooghly river, the Hooghly also known as the Bhagirathi in Bengal. Some people also do pronounce that Bhagirathi also there. So this is also you have to remember, right? Good evening, Rajendra. Buri Gandak, yes, Smita, I have pronounced the Buri Gandak. Chambal river, which originates from the Mao, Madhya Pradesh, that to be the in the Vindhya-Ranj, so that Chambal. Then after that, Chambal will have two rivers, Kali Sindh and Parvati. That would be what? Kali Sindh and Parvati. Again, I said in the paid batch that Chambal is having Rana Pratap Sagar, Gandhi Sagar, Kota barrage, then Raut Bhata. Then it will have badland topography, that ravines also there. Then there would be that what, as I said, that crocodiles is called what? Gharials, the native species to these regions. Then Raut Bhata nuclear power plant also there. So these are the number of information which is associated with the Chambal river. Again I repeat, Chambal origin from the Mao, that is the Vindhya range. It will have two rivers, Kali Sindh, Parvati. Then it would become, they are the tributaries of Chambal. Now Chambal is having Gandhi Sagar, Rana Pratap Sagar, and I said Kota barrage also there. So these are the information we have already talked it. Then Sindh, Ken, Betwa, these are the tributary of Yamuna. And Ken and Betwa, everybody aware of that fact that the fast river linking project of India developed here. Ton river also there. Son is coming all the way from what? The Son is coming all the way from the Amarkantak region. That it will origin in the Amarkantak region, then Madhya Pradesh, then again it will enter and comes into the Bihar. The Son river, right? Rihand river also there. The Rihand dam also there is a tributary, right? That is also there. So there would be Falgu river. One small river is also Falgu river in the Bihar. That is also the tributary of Ganga. Then Hooghly all the way. Hooghly is coming here. That would be Hooghly river. Okay, this part is done. It's a Gharial, right? It's a what? Gharial. It's a what? Gharial. Next. So Ganga system will be done. Some other information over the Ganga is that Ganga is having national waterway 1, which is starts from all the way from the Prayagraj to Kolkata, right? From the Prayagraj to Kolkata, that means Haldia port, you may say. So from the Allahabad to Kolkata, right? Allahabad to Kolkata or Prayagraj to Kolkata. This is national waterway 1 and the longest national waterway. Ganga is the national river, and in this national river we are also having the national aquatic animals dolphin, Gangetic dolphin, which is also known as the Sisu. As a blind one, it uses the sonar waves to prey, to hunt. As a predator, it will hunt its prey. Prey means what? Fish. So the dolphin thrives or survives by feeding or on the feeding of what? It would be the fishes. So that is why he used the sonar waves and detect the I would say prey and catch it. So this is how it survives in the water. So Gangetic dolphin is one of the most intelligent, and that would be the mammal. The dolphin is a mammal one, and this for the conservation of the dolphin we are having Bikramshila Sanctuary in the Darbhanga districts of Bihar. We are also having there, right? So these things over the Ganga information we are having. Apart from that, the 3 places over the Ganga, that would be your Allahabad, that would be Haridwar and Varanasi, where the Kumbh festivals happens. Apart from that, Ujjain, Sipra river also there. So these things we done it. Next, so here it comes the map. Here you can see the Ganga and Brahmaputra all the way. Here you can have, right, this is all the way. Just a minute. Yes, right. So these are the Ganga map. Next, apart from that, one information for you is that Paripurna batch also there. You can also enroll these ones by using the code early for the OCS 25-26 prelims and main batch number 3. And I hope you guys will share this information with your friends or families, those who also need. Then ask them to enroll. This will have a benefit, बहुत ही बढ़िया benefit driven, because you guys have realizing that once, right? I believe so. Now we will comes to the Yamuna river. As I said, the Yamuna is origin from the Bandarpunch glacier in the Garhwal regions. Yes, what is that query? Sasmita, go ahead with the query. Yes. Yes. Here is the Yamuna is there, the Bandarpunch all the way from the Bandarpunch origins and drives to the gradient and comes and meets with the Ganga system in the Allahabad, having its own course, the defined course, right? This Yamuna is the one of the most beautiful rivers, but due to this urbanization, rapid growth of urbanization, the river is turned into a, I would say, what? It's a filthy one. It's a filthy one. On the bank of this river, the world iconic Taj Mahal is also there, isn't it? The world second largest city, Delhi, NCR also there on this bank. See, Tokyo is the largest urban space place, the urban capital in the world, and Delhi is the second largest urban agglomerative region in the world next to Tokyo. So that is how Yamuna river we have discussed, and it is having its tributaries in form of Ghagar, in form of Chambal. The Chambal is having its tributary in form of what? Banas, in form of Parvati, in form of Kali Sindh. So these are the tributaries. Then we saw it all the way, that is Kain, Betwa, these are the Sindh, these are the tributary of whom? Yamuna. So this is the map of Yamuna. We have gone through all the way. Now we will come to Chambal system. Here you can see the Chambal system. I have discussed already. Kali Sindh, Parvati, Banas, Chambal, Sindh, Kain, Betwa, all things we have done it. Dhansa, right? Now, so small certain rivers also we have to go through, that Raidak, Torsha, right? Jaldhaka, Tista, these are the river, Mahanada, Koshi, these rivers, as I was just talking about a few minutes ago when I was discussing into the Brahmaputra system, that these rivers in the Bengal part, the lies, Raidak, you have to remember, Raidak, Torsha, and there would be Jaldhaka, Tista. These are the rivers also there, right? These are in the part of Bengal, but they become the tributary of Brahmaputra, not Ganga system. Dendritic pattern. So one question is coming from the Sasmita all the way, and she has asked me, the question is that what causes for the dominant dendritic pattern of the drainage in the Gangetic plain? Okay, the Ganga system is a dendritic pattern. That means the tree shape having the different branches out there, and the trunk lies on this side. So as she raised the question, she asked why this dendritic pattern happens. See, this dendritic pattern happens why? The dendritic pattern happens because the fact is that due to the valley, due to the number of tributaries, due to the consequent streams, so this is because of the geographical factors, because of, I would say, evolution of river system. That does not mean why Ganga, because see, Ganga is not that, because your Brahmaputra also, but I would say not Brahmaputra, it's our Mahanadi is a dendritic one, Mahanadi also dendritic pattern. So dendritic pattern also majority of the rivers, even you will have the Godavari dendritic pattern also there, because as they are so vast, there is geographical conditions, right? There are slopes, consequent streams are there. If there were no consequent stream, the result could have been different, right? There is no cracks, there is no joints. So these are the simple, the slopes and the gradients the rivers are following the gradient, sorry. So that is why these systems is coming off, right? Next, some rivers in the Gujarat region, we will go through the Gujarat regions. So there would be Tapi, the last I would say is a Tapi one. There is also Narmada, here you can see the Tapi. Here it is, but the Ballabh Sagar Sarovar, here is Ballabh Sagar Tapi, and there is what that is Sardar Sarovar also there, the Narmada. And Narmada river, when it comes to the Narmada river, the river origin from the Narmada Kund in the Amarkantak region, that is the Maikala range. The highest peak of the Maikala range is Amarkantak mountains, where the river origins. At the river origins, then it flows through the Rift Valley towards the western part of India and falls into the, what I would say, the Gulf of Khambat, the part of Arabian Sea. There it falls. The river flowing through a definite path. The river is flowing through a rocky surface and a crystalline rock in form of the marble. It is having the beautiful waterfalls near the that is what Jabalpur Dhuandhar waterfall also there. And these rivers also, this is also sometimes in the news and here and there you might have heard, the only river that not got married, So this is also, if somebody will ask you, the only river India that not got married, that is the Yam, that is what? Narmada. That means majority of the river, they are moving towards the east, but this river that choose the path to move towards the west. Why? Because of the geographical condition. What that condition? That is the Rift Valley. That is the what? Rift Valley. And that is why the river flowing towards the west and making the estuary, not delta. Right? Not delta. So this is how. And the Sardar Sarovar dams, that is also sometimes you might have heard about the Medha Patekars protestings against the raising of the height of that wall, right? And these dams, this also Narmada, it's a disputed river between the Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan. These three states, they are also conflicting. Like the Mahanadi is disputed between the Chhattisgarh and whom? Odisha. And likewise, the Narmada is a disputed rivers between the Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Rajasthan, because Rajasthan also getting water all the way from here. So that is why this is also a disputed river, and there are questionings through the raising of the height of the Sardar Sarovar dams, where the Statue of Unity also there, the world one of the tallest statue as of now, the Iron Man Patelji, right, Sardar Patel's. Then all the way as we comes, here would be the Mahi river. The Mahi river, again origins from the Vindhya range and the only river in the northern hemispheres that crosses the Tropic of Cancer twice. You have to remember this one. The Mahi river is the only rivers in the northern hemisphere that crosses the Tropic of Cancer twice, right? This sometimes this factual data they ask you. Apart from that, we are having the Sabarmati, which is coming all the way from the Aravali, right? And the Sabarmati, that Gandhiji's civil disobedience movements, everybody aware of the fact, right? To the Dharsana in Gujarat. So through this region, here you can see the Gulf of Khambat, where the rivers is coming Sabarmati and falling into this part. This is Barodra plain. Here you can see the Barodra plain and the Bharuch plain. This one is the Bharuch plain, Barodra plain. These are the plain regions, right? All the way. Now, apart from that, we will have this. These are the salt pan. These are the salt desert or the white desert. And here is the river, as I said, the Luni river is coming. Though this is not mentioned, a Luni river is coming, which is draining into this region and dying also. The river is coming to the little run and the river finishes up, which is the only ephemeral. The river, ephemeral river means what? As I said in the paid class, the ephemeral river means the river which origin in the lands and drains or finishes itself in the land. It does not fall into large water body in form of Arabian Sea, in form of Bay of Bengals, right? If the river is not falling, then it would be ephemeral river. Then apart from that, you will have the Satrunji river also there. So these things will be done. Then we will comes to what? Godavari system. We will comes to what? Godavari system. In the Godavari system, one more question is been asked by her, that why the river of peninsular well rigid canal in contrast to the Himalayan river? Bolo bhai, why? Because the peninsular system is having hard rocks. The peninsular is the rock system is different. The peninsular is having crack. The peninsular is having rift valley, right? That is why we are having the rigid canals in forms of the old rocks. Is that metamorphized rocks are also there, but in the Himalayan region, these are the soft rocks. These are the new rocks, right? That is why they will meander fast. But the rivers of peninsula, they would not meander as compared to those Himalayan river, because they are flowing through the hard surface, they are flowing through the rift valley, they are flowing through the cracks. That is why, that's the region, right? Okay, now we will come to Godavari. The Godavari, the second mightiest river and the peninsulars of India. This is the what? The second largest river in India. Godavari river origins to the Triambak Plateau, Maharashtra, Nasik, the lifeline of Telangana, Andhra Pradesh. It origins all the way Maharashtra. Then the tributaries comes from what? Madhya Pradesh. That means I would say Godavari passes through Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha. These are the states through which the river passes, right? Through which the river passes. Now it will have left bank and right bank tributaries. If I go through that left bank and right bank tributaries, right here you can see that Manjra river. So this Manjra river is what? This river is the right bank tributary. There is left bank tributary in form of Wardha, Penganga, Venganga, Pranahita, Indravati is also there, and I would say the Sileru river or the Sabri river is also there. So these are the rivers also there, right? So these are the left bank. Again I repeat, there is Venganga, Penganga, Pranahita, Wardha, right? Wardha is coming all the way from the Betul Plateau, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. Then here is Venganga coming from this region, Penganga. They will meet. After meeting, there would be a new river, will Teen river, ek saath mil rahe, right? Then they will have another river, that is Pranahita. That would be what? Pranahita. So this Pranahita meet with whom? Godavari. Then here would be, as the river is moving, Indravati coming all the way from the Odisha and Sabri coming all the way from the Odisha, right? Then it would be Polavaram. In the Rajmundri, there is also Rajmundri. There would Rajmundri and Rajmundri barrage also there. Polavaram project also going on, which is a disputed one. India has, Odisha has objected it, Chhattisgarh has objected it, right? Because some parts will submerge. So these are the things also there. Is it fine? Okay. Now this is all the way. So there is some dams, like you can say the Nizam Sagar, Sri Ram Sagar. These dams are also there. Done. Next, we will have Cauvery system. In the Cauvery system, the Cauvery river is also called as the Dakshin Ganga, also called as what? Dakshin Ganga. And this river, what happens? See the things, is also known as the Dakshin Ganga. The river origins where? The river origin where? The river origin in that is your what? In the Kodagu districts, Brahmagiri Hill, Kodagu districts, that to the Brahmagiri Hill, Kodagu districts in Karnataka. Kodagu is famous for the coffee cultivations, Arabica coffee, right? Different types of 3 types, 4 types of coffee has been grown there. This river is a always disputed remaining news because of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. You might have heard Bengaluru बंद हो जाता है, right? Dispute हमेशा चलता रहता है, right? So that is why this is the khasiyat of this river. It's a disputed and it's almost a perennial river of the southern India, I would say. What are the tributaries? The right banks are, you can see the Amravati is there, Bhavni is there, Kabni is there, Lakshman Tirtha is there, right? And Subarnavati also there, and Knowles also there. But on the other side, left side, you will have Herangi, Hemavati, right? That is Simsa, Arkavati. So these are the rivers also there. These are the rivers. So these are the rivers on the left side. Now this river falls to what? Obviously Bay of Bengal. Puducherry is close to the Puducherry, that would be falls. Cauvery mouth, right? And this river is famous for the what? That is what? Krishna Sagar Dam, Sibasankar Dam, Anicut, the Grand Anicut, which was Stanley Reserve. So this is very important. Sibasamudram, Krishna Sagar Dam, Grand Anicut, Mekadatu project, or I will call it the Stanley Reserve. The Stanley Reserve is here, just here, Stanley Reserve. This is very important question. Stanley Reserve is a British time reservoir which was built during that times. So since the river is disputed, is a colonial legacy also there. Why this river is so much and so vocal when it comes to the prior to the monsoon or during the dry seasons, there would be conflict between the Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, or sorry, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Why? Because I think the historical legacy has been carried out. Right, since then the dispute is there, construction of the dam, as the Karnataka is damming the Mekadatu project. So that is why, right? So this is now Karnataka. What's the problem of Karnataka? Why the Karnataka is not leaving the water? The Karnataka is not leaving the water because Karnataka is saying that when the tribunal's verdict was pronounced, that time the water flow was more. So that verdict was based on that state of time, that period of time, that climate change was not evident. Now because of the climate change, the water is sinking. Let's say 20 years back, a tribunal verdicted कि भाई आपको इतना वाटर देना है उड़ीसा को, छत्तीसगढ़ को बोलेगा, छत्तीसगढ़ ने दे दिया उस समय। छत्तीसगढ़ को बाद में पता चला कि भाई रेनफॉल तो उतना नहीं हो रहा है, मैं कैसे दे दूं उड़ीसा को। So this is the problem also in case of Karnataka. Karnataka is saying our demand is increasing, Bangalore is growing, peoples need more water, climate change also there. So how could you define or how the tribunals could instruct or define the 10-year backs, whatever the verdict was there, that would be now applied? No, it should be flexible. So this is their demand कि it should be flexible. अगर इस साल बारिश कम हुआ है तो हम भी तमिलनाडु को कम पानी छोड़ेंगे, if इस साल बारिश ज़्यादा है तो पानी फिर ज़्यादा छोड़ेंगे. It should be flexible, right? Then we will comes to Mahanadi system. This is also important system, the Mahanadi system also. Now in the Mahanadi system, what happens? See, Mahanadi is the largest river of peninsula. Would you believe that? Mahanadi, the mightiest river. The mighty river, why? Because of the volume of water it discharged during the monsoon, that is highest, one of the highest in the India. Just below, I would say, Ganga and Brahmaputra, this river discharges one of the highest water in India, and that is why this is called as the mighty Mahanadi. Now, this river is coming all the way from the Chhattisgarh, origin from a small village called the Farsia village, right? Siwa mountain, its origin from the Siwa mountain, Farsia village, Dhamtari districts, south of Raipur in Chhattisgarh, that to be in the Dandakaranya region. This is the origin of Mahanadi, as I said. Dandakaranya region, Dhamtari districts, Farsia village, Siwa mountain, south of Raipur. This is the origin of Mahanadi. And after origining, the river moves towards the north, but when it comes to, as it comes Raipur, crosses the Raipur, then suddenly it moves towards like east, then enters into the Odisha, then it will move like this and all the way to the Bay of Bengal. So this is the origin of the river. This river is almost, I would say, 800 900 kilometer of length, and almost 500 this side and 400 that side. So this is how division you could see, roughly I am saying, right? Now the tributaries is there. The Sevnath has their Mand, If, Baghamati, Hati. I would say the left bank tributaries are, again I will repeat, Shivnath, Hasdeo, Mand, Eve, Baghamati, Hati. These things are not mentioned here, right? These are things not mentioned here, but you have to write down. Now when it comes to the right bank, Om, Jong, Tel, these three are the right bank tributaries also there. They are putting water to this mighty one. And the world, the longest dam also there, Hirakud, the longest 25-kilometer long dike. So this is the longest river dam on the earth is also here. The river enters to the Cuttack plain. As the river passes through the eastern ghat, that makes all the way the Satkoshia jaw and the valley. Then the river crosses the eastern ghat, then touches to the Cuttack. As it comes to the Cuttack, it touches to the plain. So near the Naraj, the river touches to the plain and divides the river itself in form of Kathachadi, Kuakhai, different names are there, Daya, Vargabi. So these are the branching itself. Distributaries are coming off all the way. This side, that side, and the left side, Birupa is there, Chitrapola is there, Luna is there, number of here. His right side, Debi is also there in Jagatsinghpur. So river is branching itself. Why distributaries? Why distributaries? Because the single river would not able to discharge the much of the water. That is why it's developing the branching itself. But when it comes to the capturing the water, the river is having ample amount of tributaries. Number of tributaries are there. Those who are capturing the water from all the way the catchment area. And the water divides also there. Water divides also do there. They're dividing the water of the different rivers. Then the Mahanadi river is divided from the Godavari rivers through the the structure, to the landforms, to the water divides, isn't it? So this is how the rivers moves. The Mahanadi rivers, I have done it. Then when it comes to then comes to what? Next time comes, as I said, this is the other rivers you can see. Here is what? Subanrekha, Salandi also there, Budhabalanka also there, Brahmani also there, Baitarani also there. Here is here what? Nagabali also there, Bangshadhara is also there, Rushikulya also there. So Odisha, so if I comes Odisha, here would be first Subanrekha, then there would be what? Salandi is there, then there is what? Your Budhabalanka is there, then Baitarani, Brahmani, Mahanadi, then it would be Rushikulya, Bangshadhara, Nagabali is there, right? This would be a tail river. Then Indravati is there, here would be Indravati, then this would Sabri, Sileru or Machkund. They will meet together in the end of Malkangiri and they become the tributary of whom? They become the tributary of Godavari system, right? So these things also there. So this is how we have covered the rivers. But Indus system, I have left the Indus systems. So that, and the Goa is having Mandavi Juari. In Maharashtra, there is Bombay city, that is Methi river. In Andhra Pradesh, there is Penneru, Paleru, right? These other streams are also there. Vaigai in Tamil Nadu is a small river, Vaigai in Tamil Nadu. Apart from that, Cauvery, Vaigai also there. The Keladi civilizations has, we are having evidences. Keladi civilizations on the bank of Vaigai river, which drains into the Gulf of Mannar. That is also important river also there, right? Here you can see the some rivers in Andhra Pradesh. So Penneru river, which is very important, Kudako districts also there, Kudappa districts. And this Penneru river is what? Penneru, Paleru, these are the important river because this Penneru river is having the Grand Canyon of India, Gandikota. This is asked by OPSC, this is asked by UPSC, the Gandikota Canyon on the Penneru river, Andhra Pradesh. Chittoor, this is very important region because of what? Red Sander, because of Red Sander, that Puspa movie, you might have heard that Chittoor, वो CM ने बोला था कि सारे चित्तूर वो पुष्पा के इशारा पे नाचता है, and this is the Chittoor districts, you can see where the red sander is found. And this is also UPSC has asked what is red sander, where does, what kind of species, whether it is evergreen, whether it's a deciduous, whether it's semi-deciduous, like this kind of questions they will ask you, right? All these things we have discussed. Tamil Nadu, as I was talking about Tamil Nadu, here is the Cauvery, here is Vaigai river, as I was talking about Vaigai river, it comes to the what? Ramnathapurams, that means the Kalamji born here, that is the reasons. And apart from that, Palar river also there. So these are the some rivers, right? So this is all the way I would have covered. I have covered many of the rivers except that Indus system, have done it, right? And the Krishna, yes, I left the Krishna one, right? And the Krishna, let it cover the Krishna, though I have not added the image, but I can explain the Krishna. Origins from the where? That is the Mahabaleshwar plateau. From the Mahabaleshwar plateau of Maharashtra, then Karnataka, as a right bank tributaries are Koyna, Ghatpaba, Malpaba, Tunga, Bhadra, right? These are the rivers are there. Then Bhima, Muni, Musheru, right? These are the rivers, all the tributaries are having the Krishna, right? And then there is also the what, as I said, we're having Nagarjuna Sagar, we're having Sri Salem dams, that is very important dams, and the Musi river is famous for the Hyderabad, right? So this is all the way and end of this session, and hope you guys have enjoyed it. And some other day I will cover the Indus session, right? Indus system I will cover it. Okay, so this is roughly I'm covering, right? So this is not okay, I'm going all the details of each of the tributaries, right? This is roughly I have covered. At least one has to have the surface, yes, these things are there, these things are those, and these things are there, so that you can eliminate and move ahead. A quick revision one. Okay, with this I will end the session. Thank you everyone. Good night to all.